In April 2012, 17-year-old Katelyn Mitchell was a standout high school athlete, preparing to graduate and play Division I lacrosse at Duquesne. Then the unthinkable happened.
911, address emergency.
It looked almost like a blast injury.
And there was like a lot of blood.
Katelyn was driving home after renting a movie when another car sped through a red light.
She was T-boned on the driver's side, and the bottom of the frame was crushed in, and the top of the door buckled open. So she was ejected between the door and the roof, and her legs sliced down a guide wire. Basically, it sliced it wide open.
It was Katelyn's right leg.
Basically, from the knee down was pretty much just ripped away. Skin, muscle, and bone.
What it did to my leg was so similar to like an explosive going off and taking off everything in its path. Everything in my leg was completely taken off.
Katelyn was flown to the R. Adams Cowley Shock Trauma Center at the University of Maryland.
When Katelyn first arrived at shock trauma, she had a massive open injury to her leg.
Orthopedic surgeon, professor, and department chair Dr. Andy Pollak assessed the damage.
There was a marked amount of exposed bone. There were obvious fragments of bone that were out of the wound that were completely lost.
Could Katelyn's leg be saved? And if so, would she ever walk again, let alone run or play lacrosse? It was still too early to know, but the chances didn't look good.
My best guess in looking at that leg was that it probably had about a 50% chance of survival given the severity of that injury.
The chances of walking were slim to none. They said it was less than a 5% chance of ever walking again.
As a teenager, Katelyn had a very adult decision to make. Choose amputation and learn to walk again sooner with a prosthetic limb like this, or endure multiple surgeries and months of rehabilitation with no guarantee of success.
I mean, I wasn't one to quit easily.
Katelyn decided against amputation.
Dr. Pollak gave me some faith. He pushed me in the direction of keeping and using what I had with my body.
So Dr. Pollak and a team of University of Maryland surgeons began repairing Katelyn's leg. With bars and clamps in place to stabilize Katelyn's leg from the outside, cement was used to start replacing the missing bone.
There's a membrane that forms around that cement, and that membrane serves as a pocket, if you will, for later bone graft that we put in. So we fixed the leg with a rod that went down the middle, put a major flap on the outside. The plastic surgical team helped with that. We took her back to the operating room, and that's where we took bone from her femur, from her thigh bone, and laid it inside the pocket that had been formed by that membrane. We then closed that membrane, put the flap back down, and she did a remarkable job of healing that defect as a result.
It was the beginning of a 2-year journey that would include 13 surgeries, months of rehabilitation, and countless physical therapy sessions. Katelyn's courage and will would be put to the test.
I don't even think I knew I was a fighter until after this happened. I think it was just my nature to know that with sports, the way sports molded me in my life, that in order to get something, you have to work for it. And in order to be good at it, you have to work harder for it. And I knew this was something that was life-changing.
Every step of the way, Dr. Pollak personally supervised Katelyn's care. Through the many surgeries and follow-up visits, Katelyn and Dr. Pollak formed a special bond, a partnership dedicated to Katelyn's full recovery.
Yeah, my knee was swollen. He is so in the moment with me. He is honest, and he is more than just a surgeon to me. He's more of like a father figure kind of guy. I worked so hard in physical therapy just to show him this is what I can do now. I feel like it's a relationship beyond doctor and patient, which makes it a lot easier to go through something so hard.
And it helps to have a surgeon like Dr. Pollak providing compassionate care and inspiration.
I knew he was the best at what he did. I knew University of Maryland and shock trauma, they are the best. So when I have something so great handed to me, I felt like I had to give my best.
There we go, come back up. Give me one, give me one, give me one. Cool.
Katelyn has made remarkable progress since the accident. With physical therapy behind her, she's now rebuilding strength and agility through rigorous training at the local gym.
She's a winner. Losing isn't an option.
Personal trainer Jason Harvey pushes Katelyn to the limit to improve her range of motion and core strength.
I treated her like any of my other clients / athletes. I didn't feel sorry for her. I forced her to do stuff she didn't think she can do. There we go.
Katelyn calls Jason her game changer.
Katie is among the upper echelon as far as like performance and again the mental capacity, because your physicality is nothing without the mental aspect to go with it.
Drive and determination are very important factors in determining long-term outcome for any individual patient. And people with strong social support structures are also people who do very well in this type of situation.
Whenever people ask me how I got through what I got through, my first answer is my mom. She has been a stickler my whole life on never giving up, never missing a practice, never stopping. And she pushed me the whole way. She never showed any fear.
Her mom has been a key part of her recovery. And we believe, based on our studies, that having people like that around is very, very valuable.
Also valuable is the knowledge gained from extensive research at the University of Maryland School of Medicine on the treatment of military injuries. Research supported by the federal government and by generous donors.
And I love that this can help other people. I love that this is just the beginning for the technology of how we can save limbs now and essentially lives.
There's an awful lot about these injuries that we still don't understand, and that's associated with tremendous long-term disability and hardship. And we need to continue research into understanding the best ways to treat these patients, not just the injury, but the entire patient.
Today, Katelyn is back in college and back on the lacrosse field, coaching for now and looking forward to a career in sports marketing.
I'm really grateful for everything that has happened to me, even though it could be a bad thing. I don't think it was in the long run. I think this was a good thing for everyone, not just me. This is a milestone in modern limb salvage. Dr. Pollak tells me that all the time. So I'm grateful to be a part of that.
Katelyn's mom is grateful too for her daughter's recovery and for the University of Maryland team that made it happen.
How they coordinated everything was just amazing. Everybody from the front reception, coming into shock trauma, down to a nurse that maybe we didn't see, to all of the surgeons. We've all developed a relationship with everybody there that it's nice. Like even when you call or to schedule an appointment, it's the same people that are always working the same and always caring, always remembering, which is nice.
With a bright future ahead, it's not a question of how fast Katelyn can run, but how far she'll go.
This makes me so much more proud of myself too, just the fact that I know that I did this. Like I helped myself with Dr. Pollak and everyone who helped me.
Inspiring.
For the University of Maryland School of Medicine, I'm Larry Roberts.